So we're going to start with a roll down. You can do this with either bent legs, as I'm demonstrating here, and roll down only halfway, just rolling down to whatever you're comfortable with. Or you can do this roll down with straight legs, depends on how your legs are feeling. But really try and think about rolling through the whole of the spine. Notice if there are any points that you feel stuck. Leading with the crown of the head, reaching the fingertips down as much as you possibly can. Once you've held it down here for a little while, finding a stretch across the backs of the legs and also the lower back, you can roll yourself up nice and slowly. We're coming into some chest extensions now, and what I want you to think about is sending the arms behind you. Try not to let the rib cage open. It can slightly, but it's more about sending the sternum or the breastbone forward and the hands backward. You can bend your legs here as well, again, if it's not very comfortable with straight legs. Once we reach the back, we're going to hold it back just for a little while and then relax. Coming into some lateral flexion stretches now, so I want you to take your arm, keep it bent to start with, reach over and then straighten your arm. Bring the arm back and stretch. Do a couple of times on each side before changing. And for this, I really want you to think about keeping the hips still, keeping the feet and the weight in the feet nice and even, and thinking about lifting the exposed side of the rib cage up towards the ceiling. Great, so we're going to come into some rotation exercises. I want you to take the arms up above the head, try and keep the shoulders away from the ears if we can. The most important bit here is keeping the hips facing forward. You want to twist from the belly button upwards. And exactly the same movement here, but this time incorporating the arms for a bit of a deeper stretch. So I want you to just transition down towards the floor, however you feel comfortable, and we're coming into an all-fours position. So we're going to start with a cat and cow stretch. Really focus on getting a little bit more length across the lower part of the back. And then think about keeping the arms straight as we take the back into an extension. Be careful if your back is sore for this one. You might want to avoid excessive range in these movements. And just take it easy. Breath is really good in this one. Okay, so we're coming into a bit of a variation of a pigeon stretch. So I've taken my feet out to the right, and then I've swooped my right foot around and in. You can be on your hands here, your elbows, or flat down. This is predominantly for the leg that is in front. This one can be quite intense, so just take it easy. Finding a position that's comfortable, we're just going to hold and stretch here. Again, try and keep breathing. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Feet to the sides, swoop the left foot around this time, pull it in, and then stretch it out. And I find that position again, either on the hands, the elbows, or flat on the floor. Great, so this is one of my favorite exercises. Thread the needle. You want to reach the arm up as much as you possibly can, twisting your body to the side and then threading the hand through, allowing the head and possibly the shoulder just to relax on the floor. Let the hand relax on the floor as well, and just breathe into this twist. And then let's change sides. Lovely. So coming out and sitting on your side, I'm going to come into a little bit of a mermaid twist. So again, this is all for lateral flexion. So take it easy, can be quite tough on the shoulders. Reaching over and twisting, and back. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so we're coming down onto our back for the next couple of exercises. Just a standard glute stretch here, taking the ankle across the leg, flexing the foot to support the knee a little bit more, grabbing the underneath side of the thigh, and just drawing that knee in towards the chest. You might need to use some kind of equipment to support this exercise if your glutes are quite tight. So just listen to your body and take it easy. And change sides. Again, we want to make sure that the head lifts up and then rests back down on the floor again. Nice, so coming into some knee drops, you can either leave the feet on the floor or lift the feet up away from the floor for this exercise. Arms down by the sides of the body, shoulder height if possible, but again, just listen to your own body and allow the head to go from side to side if you feel comfortable with that. Now, although this is a stretch, it is an active stretch and it is a moving stretch. So when you bring your knees back up through the center to change to the side, I want you to think about switching your obliques and your abdominals on to bring your knees up here. Same movement, we've just taken the arms above the head. Again, this is a little bit more challenging, a little bit more intense for the back, so take it easy. Great, so we're coming into a one-legged knee drop. So my right leg has gone over across to the left side. My head is dropped towards the right. And you can either bend or straighten the supporting leg, so the underneath leg, whatever feels comfortable for you. And again, we go to the other side. Now what you can see on this side is that I straighten my top leg. Again, a little bit of a hamstring stretch, can be a little bit too intense for some people, but it does feel quite nice. So give it a try if you can. If not, just stick with the first variation. Okay, so we are side lying now. These exercises, I think, are definitely up there with my top 5 stretches. This is chest opening, and you want to bring the knees very far forward. And just thinking about rolling the rib cage around, opening the chest, and just having a good time with these stretches. Chalk circles, again, if you've got tight shoulders, this can be a little bit of a painful one. We want to try and keep the fingertips on the floor as much as possible. Twisting star, also my favorite, really gets you to think about balance. That underneath arm can go wherever you feel comfortable. For me, it's very comfortable as it is stretching out underneath my head. For some, it's not. It's just finding the thing that works for you. And again, we have those 3 exercises on the other side. Great, so we are coming into a prone lying position. So flat on the floor, we're coming into Sphinx pose with a little bit of movement here. So you want to think about the sternum or the breastbone heading forward. Just having a little squeeze of the glutes protects the lower back, and pulling the abs up might also help with this as well. The idea of this is that we really want to try and focus on lifting the chest forward. For this one, again, take it easy. Hands lower is definitely easier for this one. Bending the leg, squeezing the glutes to lift, and allowing the hip to peel off as you bring that leg around. Great, little bit of a movement one here. So we're coming into an upward dog, into a child's pose to finish with. So taking the hands a little bit wider is definitely easier with this one. Again, just a slight engagement with the abdominals to protect the lower back, and also switching on the glutes as well. So a couple of presses up just with the upward dog. And when you feel ready, you're going to bring the arms slightly closer in. Take the head up towards the ceiling if your neck is okay. And then we're going to drop down into child's pose. Round the back, back to upward dog. Lift the hips, child's pose. So that is our stretch finished. If you want to, repeat this a couple more times. Thank you for watching.